There's a surprise.
Look, he's got a place to sit and be on everybody's level.
Yeah, welcome to episode 55 of Talking Over Albums. We're here... Whatever.
Cut.
Nathan is back. This is your first 2 episodes in a row. How's it feel?
Woo!
Is it? You haven't done
Maybe.
one for a
There
while?
you go.
I don't think so.
All right.
Or it's like you can hear something drive by in the background.
The end.
Welcome to Talking Over Albums, episode, what'd you say, 55?
We live by assholes with mufflers.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
Where we're going to talk about...
welcome to
A
Talking Over
surprise.
Albums, episode 55.
I can't drive.
The first installment of Gary versus Randy, Battle of the Neumans. I went through and
Your life
found...
clipped there.
I just went through and found song titles with the same word in them. We're going to be listening to alternating songs, 14 alternating songs by Randy and Gary. Nobody knows the difference. They're basically the same person. And
How much preparation did you do for this?
not much. And every song...
How much does it sound like?
It sounds like a lot.
After every song, everyone will just go around and say Gary or Randy, and I'll just write down whatever you pick, G or R. And
Okay.
at the end, we'll tally it up to see who's the best Newman.
Who is the best Newman? Newman.
It's the Battle of the Newman Stars.
It's a little callback.
I guess we should talk about
Newman.
the Newmans.
Hello, Newman.
I was watching Paul Newman not too long ago.
Oh,
That's the best
I
Newman.
love his salad dressing.
Which-
Man, what an attractive fellow in his young
Seriously. Oh my god.
Wait, he was the salad dressing guy, right?
Yeah. After
Yeah.
he was the hottest man on earth for
Yes.
like 20 years.
days. Yeah.
race cars.
He was hot when he was like 60, man. He was unstoppable. Those
Better than
blue
Robert
eyes.
Redford.
I
Yeah,
love it when
for
you're
sure.
so attractive in the facial area that nobody notices your chicken legs because it's like, damn,
Wait.
man, you must
Who
actually
cares?
be good looking because
Paul Newman or Jimmy Dean? And there's another.
That's a tough call.
Here's some weekly trivia. I was watching The Gambler Part 5 today for some reason, and a young, hot Mariska Hargitay was in it.
I think I remember that.
It's
Was
the
she
only
a
thing-
hooker?
Randy Newman's a fat slob who uses the same 3 chords to write songs for kids' movies.
Okay.
Gary Newman is a space alien who uses synthesizers.
To talk to his other aliens.
But he's also very angry about religion.
He is
Randy Newman
he's very
eats
angry.
space aliens,
Yeah.
while Gary Newman is a space alien.
Can we
He
clarify
seems
if
pretty
these two are
depressed, too. I
actually
don't know.
related?
And their brothers.
Which
They
one's more
are
depressed?
Yeah, it's the battle of depressed singer-songwriters. I'm already confused.
I'm sad.
We're going to confuse Randy and Gary the entire night.
Well, surely they are musically different enough that we can tell.
Yeah, in the 2 hours
Still mashup.
In the 2 hours I spent researching this, I listened to more Randy Newman than I ever have in my entire life.
I'm so sorry. Why did you?
Uh,
This better turn
Oh.
out to be very entertaining, or you just wasted 2 hours that you can't get back.
because I've made the joke about it before. I don't know if it was in one of the episodes, but like 90% of Randy Newman songs, whatever the title is the first thing he sings in the song. So the song's called Sunglasses Next to the Door. Dun, 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 sunglasses next to the door.
So he
Yes,
doesn't
he's
know how to
a
name
great
his songs.
lyricist.
You got that idea
A
from
lovable
those sunglasses
hack.
over there.
You got me.
Well, there you go. You figured out his trick.
Channeled his creative process right there.
I shouldn't
Look around the room.
I should.
I'm hungry for caramel.
Totally Kaiser
Caramel
Sose us,
candy
man.
bars with chocolate and peanuts.
I shouldn't talk up the premise of this
I
too
don't
much because
think I should,
there isn't one.
but I will.
Mostly just have to get it
It's a
started.
loose, hastily put together premise.
Oh my god, did Randy Newman invent Taylor Swift? Just singing about what's happening right now in front of me?
You mean Trailer Swift?
Yes.
I meant another
I want a candy bar, and there's a candy bar.
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
I haven't heard that one.
But you know I will.
I just could never get her name right. I stuck with it.
All right, battle one. Battle one is
You drink like a tramp.
How that happened.
round one is automobiles.
Okay.
Number one from the Pleasure Principle.
4-part. Which one's that?
This is
Gary or
Cars,
Randy, who
right?
knows?
Okay, can I just tell you right off the bat? I'm having flashbacks because the hotel that I stayed at in Chicago when I was there for like weeks and weeks and weeks doing changeovers and stuff for the company I worked for, the only level that the van I was driving would fit on, this was the song that told you to get off on, that's where your car was. I swear to God, it's like every time I think of this, I'm just like, I go back to that. It's like Vietnam. It's like, oh my God, we're going in hot.
So I guess I should establish more rules of who more clearly articulates whatever general sentiment they're going for with the topic.
So just gloss over my friggin'
So just keep
PTSD.
in mind. Automobiles, transportation.
There's very few cars in this video, by the way.
What?
So he's sitting in his car.
There's very few cars in this video. There's 0 so far. It's a lot of eyeshadow, though.
Yeah,
And you're making me actually listen to the lyrics of a song I've just had in the background.
Is this a song
for the
about
last
car?
40
Like, what
years.
is there something deeper?
I think he's talking about how inside his car he has his own little world. And he can think and say and do what he wants, and nobody gets to say anything about it.
Right.
But I don't understand because this is from the
he's
album.
not using those words. He's being way more poetic about it.
Because those first 3 or 4 Gary Newman solo albums were all like pseudo concept albums about like automaton or cyborgs or some replicants, whatever, humanoid, like human computers, and how they're adjusting to like society and shit. But I don't understand how this song fits in with the overall concept of that. Maybe it's like a robot trying to learn how to drive a car.
Yeah, I don't know.
But this sound was this shit.
This is a good song.
And he got really bad really quickly. Those first 4 Gary Newman albums are incredible, where he has like a real bassist and real drummer going along with like those
so he's
classic
having, like,
sounding
relationships with other people in a band.
Yeah, so it gives like the synthesis like a tangible rock element, and that shit was amazing.
I hope he saved those patches. He should have just used those sounds for all of his.
Oh, that's quick. I didn't know that song was so short.
That's the 80s.
Oh yeah, it has like a 40-second fade out, I think.
Isn't that funny? I was just thinking about how Stone Temple Pilots, that first album, all the songs were really long. And then the second album, all the songs are 2 minutes. It's like that for a couple of albums. And then,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring.
All the songs are going to be the same length.
Coming to the ring for his part of the bout, Ray Newman. From his
he's
from
upset.
that classic soundtrack for the movie Cars, The Big Ray.
Don't worry, Ziggy. You don't have to hear Randy Newman. It's fine. Oh, if you have Crohn's disease.
Randy Newman should write songs about
Crohn's disease is no laughing matter.
About
That's right. You can shit your pants in the middle of a goddamn hardware store.
About medications. Stellara.
If anybody could make the sound of the word diarrhea sound pleasant and upbeat,
Here we go.
it's got to be Randy Newman.
Well, this is just an instrumental, but whatever. He conducted the
Okay.
score for one of the most forgettable
This is a bit of a
non-sequel
Wagner thing
Pixar
here.
movies, Cars.
Oh, I'm screaming.
Wait,
This
he-
is really loud in my
He
ears.
just conducted it.
Yeah, he didn't actually do any songs for Cars.
Did he write
and,
it?
And what's f***ed up is the song Gary Newman's Cars was not in Cars, but that shitty version of Life Is a Highway by that country band where they did that horrible
I
cover.
mean, the
version.
most played song of all time. In between, what was that year? It was a couple.
I heard the
years.
most played song of all time, or at least in like the top 10, is that "If I lay here If I just lay here.
Oh.
That Snow Patrol song.
I think I would prefer if the most
remember.
played song of all time was actually Prince's 1999. Because they got to play it for like 20 years, and then 1999 happened. And they had one more year, and then nobody can play it anymore.
We can still party like that, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, now it means you're old.
So, did anyone else see Disney Pixar's Cars?
I think I saw it.
It's definitely their laziest effort outside of Cars 2, Cars 3. I still haven't seen the fourth Toy Story movie.
Cars in real life already look like cute little faces with their headlights as
why
eyes. I don't like that.
The
I don't like the
windshield
windshield as
eyes.
eyes.
That was the big.
Cars actually look really cute if you look at them.
That was
on the
everyone's
road.
They just
biggest
have really
complaint.
big foreheads.
Yeah.
That was everyone's biggest complaint about.
And there
the
should
movie
always
Cars.
and there should still be people in the cars in the movie, and they're just lifeless, like
It should be the
non-functional people.
The crash test dummies in the
Yeah,
seats. Remember the crash test dummies?
Well,
Show.
Gary definitely wins this round for sure.
Too early.
I enjoy
Too soon.
a good instrumental.
Too
This
early,
is a
I'm
lovely
editing that out.
instrumental. But in comparison with that other song, this is crap.
Why is it still going?
Also, did he write this? Or are you saying he just
No, he
conducted it?
conducted it. You
He
can't.
wrote
like,
and conducted
Oh,
it.
he wrote
it?
He did
Okay.
the score for.
Oh, okay.
this.
Okay.
So he knows what he's doing
I'll
with
accept
music.
that.
Then he just composes terrible things for his solo albums.
Yeah. It's either he's
Yeah,
like,
this is great.
This is fine.
yeah, he does a really good.
He knows music
He
then.
does a really good Aaron Copland ripoff on this. So it's either him sitting at a piano doing blah, 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 or writing a beautiful lush score.
Yeah, it went from like
Cars are
Wagner
driving
kind of a
around.
sound to that was like Star Wars right there.
All right,
now
he doesn't
we're
get-
doing a little peer in the wall.
All right, Jason, you don't get to vote on this round since you weren't listening to it. So you get an X. All right.
You're
heard
not
enough.
allowed to go pee ever.
He's gonna vote for Gary. Who?
God damn you.
Because that was just a really excellent song.
It's
Menards.
a really good song.
It's a Newman full of savings.
Although, if I could just have the album where it's just all score like that, I would listen to that.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
Automobile round. Gary or Randy?
Gary, hands down.
Gary, even though it goes against all I stand for.
Jason's an X.
'Cause it is just like saying like complexity doesn't matter,
Yeah.
and I really like
Uh,
complexity.
that's going to be a straight flush for Gary on that one. Jason?
Gary,
Whatever. You get an X. You weren't even listening.
you knew who I was going to vote
For the sake of fairness. I know, we still weren't here. It's part of the rules. Here's a follow-up soundtrack. Here's a song Gary... God, I'm already getting confused.
Aren't you cute?
Gary Newman... or for this, Gary Nivman...
If I do this right. I
A
know
song
we're
that
gonna
he
hear all the
wrote
Gary
as a
Newman songs.
tribute to the final scene in Blade Runner, the
But you'll be banned from podcasting.
the Roy Batty death scene speech. He wrote a song about it. It's called "Time to Die." So this round is life and death.
Okay.
Yeah, he does like a good Vangelis synth ripoff here.
Oh, saxophone.
Yeah, it's the Blade Runner saxophone. Because on
I like his voice. It's cool. It sounds.
That was
cool.
the 80s saxophone. That was everywhere. We don't need another hero.
because one of his albums is called Replicas, so clearly he was obsessed with Blade Runner.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he just likes anything that has
I'll have
awesome.
to see what year it
synth
came
soundtracks.
out. I think it was... No, it was 79, so it was before Blade Runner. I think he was just in tune with the whole thing. Yeah. I know he's British, but I still think of him talking like... He's like, they stole my idea. He's like a really pleasant fellow. He comes across as way too self-serious in all of his music, but he's a very jolly fellow.
I can hear that. Yeah, he's definitely taking himself quite very seriously with this.
Yeah, his career trajectory got really weird because, like I said, those first few albums are incredible, and then he started picking bad synthesizers to use. And then around like the mid-90s, he just started ripping off Trent Reznor, who, like, Trent Reznor admits that he was inspired by Gary Newman, but then it's one of those weird things where the inspiration starts following the disciple, where it's like, I like what the person who is kind of inspired by me was doing, I'm just going to start ripping them off. So everything after like the mid-90s is just Nine Inch Nails, basically, which I don't like. Sorry, Gary. Love you, but...
I don't know. Trent Reznor's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, but
he's like a romantic composer.
But Trent Reznor sings about sex and drugs and rock and roll, and Gary Newman still keeps singing about dystopian futures, which is kind of lame. Like, singing about f***ing you like an animal is cool with a hard driving beat. It's not cool when you're like, I'm in a desert rainforest.
I'd rather him rip off Trent Reznor than Randy Newman.
Ah, you just broke me. What does that mean? Trent Reznor covering Randy Newman.
Seriously, I feel like I'm listening to somebody watch Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Like, that whole movie just has the saxophone type sound going through the whole thing.
I don't know how much there is, but it'd be cool to do like a playlist of Blade Runner erotica of artists who just wanted to do something from like that could fit on the soundtrack. There's a lot, but not by like a lot of famous artists.
Blade Runner Pure Moods.
Yeah.
Only the purest pure moods.
What's weird is like there's 1,000 editions of the Blade Runner soundtrack, and there's one that I've told you about before where Vangelis he did new music for the end of a soundtrack, and none of it sounds like Blade Runner. He just tacked on all of these songs. Anyway,
So he had some songs that didn't make it onto another album?
Yeah, but they don't sound like they fit onto a Blade Runner album. He's like, here's some sort of synthesizer soundtracky things that I'm going to shoehorn on. Anyway, here's Randy's. From A Bug's Life.
Okay, I saw that movie.
Here's the time of your life from A Bug's Life.
Life and Death.
Just a bug. A fucking little bug. Crazy bugs climbing around.
Listen to it when you doing that.
I know. I feel like I'm like.
I feel like you're already biased.
You have made up your mind about this rap.
Lazy bugs, stupid bugs.
Okay, here's my thing. I got kind of nothing out of that first song though. Like I barely understood anything he was saying.
Okay.
I got the mood of it. Okay. It was dark. I have no idea what the lyrics were. It was a little lacking
in substance, I feel.
Yeah, there was no message to it, but it didn't really feel like an instrumental that was like geared towards just the music is enough either.
Well, as far as a Blade Runner homage, it only gets like the basic points right.
I have a compliment for Randy Newman. He writes better songs for a cartoon than Phil Collins did, because that was rough.
Yeah.
That Tarzan soundtrack, that was rough.
God, did we even finish watching that?
Kids wouldn't care about it. It was too complicated for kids, and then it was too...
That's got to be the next podcast, then.
I love that song.
It was too dramatic for a cartoon. It was like...
Now this song has a message.
He says time and die in it. This one's pretty spot on.
Is this from The Land Before Time?
Bug's Life.
Because all he does is cartoon soundtracks. Yeah, I was making a joke.
Oh, God. Shoot me now. Please be only... Oh, God.
I like the Ray Romano one. Ice Age. Did he do the song for Ice Age?
Remember ants? You got ants in your pants.
Ants. Wasn't that the one where the ant was a really thinly veiled Woody Allen?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, good Lord, it's an ant pedophile.
Was that actually Woody Allen in it? Did he voice them, or is it just like an homage?
I don't remember.
He's become like some sort of character.
Got ants.
Some things that I experience, I try to block out.
There's a whole other conversation. Is like when somebody becomes so iconic that like their likeness gets used constantly.
And nobody gives them credit.
Yeah. Where it's like so they're common. Just based on somebody because their personality was so...
Orson Welles gets like he shows up all the time and nobody, they don't.
Well, there's certain
say anything about it.
Right. There's certain shows like comic shows that
all right.
Once you're on them,
Gary or Randy.
Like I'm going Randy Newman on that one, and I hate his ass.
I think I'm doing the same.
All right.
Why do we need the air horn on?
Oh my god.
Gary or Randy.
You've literally fallen into Will Ferrell territory.
The sound effect took way too long.
Totally worth it.
All right, I'm going with...
Yeah, Chris can whip out the whip.
I gotta hunt that down now.
I'm going with Randy on this one. I think
it's Randy across the board.
Yeah.
Which one's Oh.
Randy's the better song in this case.
I'm just gonna start writing creepy English one or fat one, like E or F. Randy. Right? Randy across the board on that one.
Yeah, all of us prefer the Randy song.
Randy.
But not because it's good, but it was better.
It was accomplishing something. It had a goal.
It was moving the narrative.
The other one seemed like album filler in my opinion.
You're moving the narrative forward, and that feels like once you know, oh, this is from a movie. Oh, that makes a lot more sense now.
He was like giving some life advice to the children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In that watered down children way.
Don't be a bug.
Next round.
This is
friendship.
the time of your life, and you should enjoy it.
Oh man! Next round, friendship. Here's Our Friends Electric from the Replicas album.
Is that like a question? Our friends?
Yes,
electric?
there's a question mark, and for some reason, friends is in single quotation.
What does that mean?
Our Friends Electric. Ooh, ooh. Ooh.
Okay. Again, another song that sounds like it would totally fit on an 80s soundtrack to a movie.
It's almost danceable.
Oh yeah, you could totally do the White Man Shuffle to this. The overbite.
Just for a second, I thought I remembered you.
I'm even going to move my feet to this one.
I think this was his first minor hit.
I don't think I remember this song.
I mean, for the layman, Cars is the only thing anyone's gonna know, so...
So 4 out of your 5 listeners? I have no idea what you're talking
about.
Oh! No, that's how he's getting over to that side, because he's a dog and they can't ever... What? There was an easy way to do that? Well, who wants to do it the easy way? Yeah.
I kind of like the hypnotizing little mesmerizing thing we got going on right now. I can get on board with that.
Yeah,
what it's got to do with friends, I don't know, but
you know what's funny?
It's about a blow-up doll or a robotic friend.
Oh,
I think
it's
all about friends with benefits.
Understanding Gary Newman is like everything is through the lens of science fiction or the post-apocalypse. There's a couple albums are the exception, kind of, but it's almost all about robots and the end times.
And yet, can you hear the signature of what Brett likes? Because I can hear this song and just go, Brett likes this kind of music anyway. Right off the bat. It's like, from what you've told me you like, this fits right into that category nicely.
Yeah.
That mood music-y sounding,
It's got less structure to it.
Mine's broke down, and now I have no one to love.
What's with the single quotes then?
He was singing about silicone sex dolls before there were silicone sex dolls.
It might be a British thing instead of the double quotes.
Is it?
Maybe. I'm making this up. I mean, yes, of course.
I just believe that now. That's fine.
I'm sure that's what it is.
I think it means our friends. My blow-up doll is my...
Are they electric? Well, I
need a
hope
sound
they're not
effect.
electric.
I need a sound effect for air
I thought he was
quotes.
talking about silicone dolls before there were silicone dolls. That's what I...
It's gotta be
Bingo.
electric.
It's like he had envisioned something that didn't exist yet. He has this kind of... What's that? I forget. They had a name for it, that trance-like music where you get into what he's singing about because the music kind of hypnotizes you. And then all of a sudden you're just like going, yes, I believe in the thing that you believe in now.
I love the leader.
I will jump
Where's
off a
that
building for
Kool-Aid?
you.
Bring it on.
Yeah, that's the thing I love about early Gary Newman is how devoid of like human emotion it is. It's just like
Yeah, it's weird that he...
it's engaging and kind of hard at times, but also just sleepy time music.
But I think I'm expanding upon that. It's weird that he even mentions love.
He obviously uses it ironically.
I love my physical object. You know? It's like, I like wearing a diaper because I don't have to get up.
Okay, that's
The
not
Challenger!
the category of
Randy Newman
something
from
like
the
I'm
Toy
not
Story
sure why.
bullshit.
Here comes a Toy Story song.
Toys.
About friendship.
Toys.
Yeah. Is this what
Guess
this
what
song
it
was?
is?
Is this where this song was from?
Well, of course, I already hate it
Did he write this
because
before?
it's got
this,
that
or-
awful
No.
old timey
This is what it's from. I don't.
barbershop.
Randy me.
Oh God, it's.
Hey,
this
those
song,
are
of
Randy
course.
Newman sunglasses. Put them on. And dye your hair white.
No, they're not.
Sit at a piano and chain smoke.
This is just so trite.
Man, just listen
You
what
have to
pal
find those
Randy
Grandpa
said.
Aviator rip-offs. That's what the
I will
glasses
try and
Randy
find a
Newman
way to
always
like
were.
this song. What is it that's so bad about it?
Maybe you don't like that.
It's saccharine.
I was just thinking.
It's cute in the context of the movie. By its own, it's a piece of shit.
You don't. I think you don't like it
These
because
are things that
it's
sound
you
like
don't tend to like
songs.
the fake history when somebody tries to do
It's
something
like the drunk history of
nostalgia-wise.
musicians. I don't
You
even know what that
you don't
means.
seem to like it very much when people invent nostalgia, and
Yeah.
Randy Newman's really big on inventing nostalgia. I think that's why he ends up in a lot of these movies because, like,
The beginning.
I was just gonna say,
Ow! Tennis elbow!
Disney is funny in that a lot of their modern stuff, they like to give you that automatic history homey feel, and I think that's what you don't like about it. How they're trying to trick you into like, you've liked this movie forever. It just came out 6 months ago, but you've loved this movie forever. Randy, write me another classic tune.
Yeah, like there's a line.
nostalgia.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nostalgia is just like we're just trained to hear what that sounds
Yeah,
like.
it's a
I think.
construct.
Randy
but
or
that's been, like-
Gary!
There was a
That's because
great
of
line in there
criticism
about
for kids.
nobody's ever gonna love you as much as I love you because I'm your best friend.
Randy or Gary!
Which is 100% true. I have,
Vote bitches.
I have at least 3 people in my life who I would say that about, right? Like they're my best friend. Nobody's ever gonna love me like they do. That's what that line said, and yet it didn't really say.
Vote!
Those are the words, but that's not what they really said.
You're thinking about it too much. Vote!
Oh, I'm definitely voting for Gary on this one.
Are you overthinking the Toy
But I want to have a
Story
conversation
soundtrack?
about why I hate that
shit.
song.
Gary.
I don't
I'm
like.
going for...
Yeah, I like Gary because
That was a good time.
Randy's really just trying to sell me something that's not really there. That's what I think. When I think of that
Gary.
fake nostalgia thing, it's like
It's fake
you're trying to sell me something that's
You're
not
Gary.
there.
Randy. Are
Yeah.
any of these going to be mixed? These are all just
feel like-
Gary, Randy, Gary.
We aren't all that much
I don't know,
alike in our
you
tastes,
did it.
are
I
we?
feel like I should put something in different in the mix, but yeah, Gary, sorry. These are just across the board. All right.
Hey, Randy's won one.
It
It's
starts
not
with
like
B,
we're...
so it's just
No,
Jimmy.
like round 1 was Gary, round 2 was Randy, round 3 was Gary. So we're
We're just
It's
all
just
gonna
that
agree.
all of us agree.
We're gonna agree.
yeah, because I don't know, like I like the Toy Story song, but it's just like here's a dump song I wrote. Hold on, here's a break.
Boy, I love Star Wars, boy. Star Wars? Oh, Star Wars? Star Wars. Did I get to see any of the movie? No. But I don't need to see a movie to write a song about it. All over the place. Space is the place for Star Wars. Flying around, but there ain't no ground. Around with no Star Wars.
Thanks, Will Sasso. All right. Next round is, I don't know how to describe this one. Like, one song is I'm an Agent, the next is Spy, so like espionage is the next round. Here's Gary Newman from the album Telecon with I'm an Agent. So this round is espionage. Telecon, great f***ing album.
Ooh, right off the bat, I like how this doesn't sound like the other two songs. Can't understand what he's saying, but I like the way it sounds different.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like Cars, but it doesn't sound like it.
I think his voice style could be like popular today in other genres, I feel.
I don't know, I kind of disagree because I think there wasn't like his voice is so niche and idiosyncratic that there wasn't, like, even in his own career, there wasn't really anywhere to go. Like, when he tried to branch out, it just didn't work. Like, this was his niche.
I can just hear some, like, indie stuff that I've heard.
I could see him doing like something like Joe Jackson, like a stripped down post-punk, like really rapid fire post-punk sort of thing, maybe.
I see how he falls into that category of when you would watch TV shows and they would have this pretend like rock star or whatever that was stuck in a genre or something, and everybody in the show is like in on the joke and making fun of that person. And all the people around you just go,
I think lyrics might help on this one. I'm an agent. Send in eyes, thoughts of crashing all those pictures. Send in thoughts of John the God. Send in dreams, lovers on corners, clean the sheets, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's stream of consciousness lyrics. Doesn't help.
One of my favorites was that
it's kind
guy.
of putting me to sleep.
Chris, remember that show
That's Gary
Californication?
Yeah.
Towards the end, when he was supposed to be ghostwriting the book for the pop star, and that guy, he like had his private airplane. You know, like he just did all that crazy shit that they think, you know, rock stars do and stuff, or that. That's what this song reminds me of. That guy was like making this music, and even on the show, they were like going, yeah, that probably would have been popular 30 years ago, but
Okay, good. It's not just
fine.
me. I'm starting to wonder if somebody put something in my drink. I'm like, oh, so sleepy.
It sounds fine.
I'm enjoying this. It's fine, but it is making like this. This use this on that Pazizak.
I always think of weird, like a lot of the '80s stuff, the synth stuff, like where there's a solo part with synths that it sounds like they chose, like somebody did something and they just picked the first take and they were like, that's cool.
It's Randy's turn. He has a song called Spies.
Okay.
From his album Born Again, where he's in Kiss makeup, sitting in a desk.
What? Is he he's a mime right there?
I don't know. He looks like a dorky version of Gene Simmons, which is extra dorky, sitting at a desk.
Yeah, he's dorky to begin with.
This is the first one that's not piano based, so this might be difficult.
It's like he actually had to write.
I know, it's not the plunky plunk plunk formula. So this is putting a kink into our voting works.
There's some weird rhythm stuff going on. Like,
This is a better constructed song.
I looked up fart sound effects on this YouTube thing, and it's just listing them all. This one's called The Sharp One. Okay. The last one was called The Wet One.
Oh my god, you are so 6 years old.
Wow, this is a horrible song.
I don't know, I'm more interested in this than the other one. Check into a dude ranch? To Mexico.
Is this going to go somewhere?
I don't know, but it feels like it's going to go somewhere.
What is
Oh
this?
god, it's an endless
What is this
verse.
from? This sounds like a Stone guy in 1979.
It's verging into mild yacht rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
That's why I said 1979.
Or at least the Steely Dan branch of yacht rock. Man, just keep huffing stuff until it makes sense.
This seems like something Charles Grodin would make me listen to if I was at one of his parties.
I would so hang out with him.
Ugh. Here, Pete.
You're getting an X.
Wow. He's heard enough.
3.
I can't.
He just insisted on singing in his own songs that he wrote. And
Yeah.
why? Why would he have insisted? Like, he doesn't know how he sounds?
I should bring that up. Like, when
Why
other
is that
artists...
about Bob Dylan?
Yeah, like, ooh, that'd be another good list is the Bob Dylan effect. Like, singer-songwriters who other people do them better than they do themselves. Like,
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel does Randy Newman better than Randy Newman.
Yeah, I mean...
Ooh, this is f***ing boring as shit.
I have
I'm already...
mad love for Bob Dylan,
Ooh.
but I just soon hear anyone else sing his songs. Yeah.
You know, tap Carole King, obviously. Randy or... Oh, wait. Randy or Gary?
Oh,
Jason X'd out.
Both
Well,
of
he
them.
heard enough of it.
No,
Whatever.
he heard enough.
he heard enough.
Gary.
Can't
I think
blame,
he's-
you can't blame him for leaving on that one.
Randy or,
Honestly-
that was completely empty.
Randy or Gary?
I think I'm gonna go with Randy on that one.
Oh, you're the first person to deviate.
You Randy or Gary?
Huh?
You're Gary on that last one?
Yeah, I'm Gary.
I'm gonna have to go Gary.
I'm
about-
gonna stand alone.
I didn't even realize that refrigerator was
Thanks.
empty down there.
What about Glengarry?
Oh,
What about Glenn Ross?
I'm the lone descent.
Alright, what's the
I
next one?
am Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
That's
bitch.
fine. You can do
You
what
liked
you
Randy
want.
on that one?
Better than that other one. Yeah. It made me fall asleep a little bit less.
Alright, next round is... Next round is...
It did not actually go anywhere.
Next
But it
round
did
is...
seem like it would.
Whoops.
Next round is
Excuse me.
the moon.
Okay, but I have to go pee first.
The moon. So far, Gary is
Doing
pretty...
Carson imitation.
Don't X
Moon.
me.
The moon.
Don't X me for
Gary is pretty far ahead.
having a
at
bodily
this point.
function to take care of.
But, alright, taking a break.
Yeah, we're old people. We have to pee all the time.
I drank all this wine.
We should get Ziggy to vote on this. Find a way for him to
We
vote
would
on
love
these.
to participate.
He would love to participate.
If we could bring their crotches here, where he can sniff them in between each song.
He thinks you're quite awesome.
Round
You don't have to carry it
All right,
around
round
everywhere.
5. Let's do. Whoa.
How many rounds are there?
Gary.
Don't ask that
There's-
question.
Too many.
G versus
seven
R.
rounds, so we're getting there. From Gary Newman's his crappy The Warriors concept album, This Prison Moon. So this is when he deviated from the Blade Runner thing into
Sounds a
the
little bit
Mad
like that
Max,
last
the
Randy
Mad
Newman
Max
song.
theme.
Did you guys see the Warriors?
No,
What, the
this
one from the
isn't
70s?
Warriors. This is this is Warriors of the Wasteland.
Oh. It's not even the Warriors?
No,
The
no.
ball
I mean,
begins
as far as like
let's
movie ripoff theme goes, this is more Road Warrior than The Warriors.
That reminds me, I got the Warrior.
So keep it in
Road Warrior
mind-
on DVD.
This round is
It's the old one with the plastic and it's like cardboard in the front. You have to flip it open. Have you seen those? It's like, oh my god, this is so awesome.
so just keep in mind this round is the moon.
I have some copies of things before they ever like learned how to digitally fix film to
not
make it look good.
And not necessarily our moon, just a moon orbiting anything. So like, you know,
Are you sure?
a moon.
Like a metaphorical moon?
No, a literal moon.
A literal moon.
But not necessarily our moon. Hey, this is when he started incorporating sax. He did have a violin on those early albums. I mean, this
So
is
there
still
was a
early.
sax
but...
earlier.
Yeah, he had the he had the Lethal Weapon sax on the second song.
Yeah.
You're right. Never mind.
It made me want to immediately start watching Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Does he put an effect on his voice that does that? What is that? It can't just
Well,
be
nothing
his
on here is
normal voice.
real, so I assume he would
Some kind of
effect.
effect. Like some sort of doubling of his voice or something.
Everybody, it's me.
What's the theme in this one again?
Moons.
Moon.
Hey, it's me. I just happened to be writing a song about your
Moons
neighborhood.
mean.
I remember I
Moon.
wrote this song for the movie Warriors of the Lost World.
Fern Gully.
It was my pride and joy. It's me, Gary Newman.
No, wait. Was Elton John Fern Gully? There was this cartoon called Fern Gully.
Yeah, I remember that.
Fern
It
Gully.
was terrible.
I think it was.
It was ants, but with little fairies instead of
Rabbits.
ants. It was exactly the same movie.
Round 2.
Oh, a lot of those are the same movie.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just like James Bond movies.
Yeah.
You watch James Bond movies ever? They just keep doing, like, every fifth movie is the same movie that you saw, like, a couple movies ago.
Round 2, do. Randy underneath the Harlem moon.
But it's funny, they had me tricked.
Sounds like a frog. Sounds like a Yeti.
What kind of Yetis you been running into?
I am very concerned about that person.
I don't know about that one.
No. Whoever this fart compilation failed miserably. Anyway, here's from his classic album 12 Songs.
It's called.
I'm not sure if this was one that he wrote. This might be a cover album, but whatever. Fits the
Shit.
general motif.
What?
I need
Boring.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
actually being
Fucking
pretty reserved
boring.
with his voice in this one, so he can sing kind of normally.
It makes me...
Well, this is like a lounge song. What's it got to do with the moon?
Don't make fun of the vapor rub. When you're
Called
desperate,
Under
you
the
can
Harlem
shove that
Moon.
straight up
Underneath
your
the
nose.
Harlem Moon. The last song was The Prison Moon. Ooh, I love when he
Well,
sings
I
about
like it.
gigolos.
I like a little lounge music now and again.
He needs to do a Patreon fund. You can just send him a ton of money and he writes songs about what you want. All right, that was short, thank God. I would love him to do like Van Halen covers. That'd be sick. All right,
solos and everything?
this is gonna be the first one I'm going with Randy because that was short as hell. Yeah, he wins by default because it was short. So I'm voting Randy.
I'm just voting for that because that was the most pleasant Randy Newman song.
Yeah, Nathan's voting Randy.
Randy.
The only deviation from this is going to be Chris voting for Randy on the last song.
I am equally not nonplussed by both of those songs.
Flip a coin. I don't know. Just neither of these guys are going to get anything from this.
I don't remember the last song very well.
Right, like it disappeared.
It was
I feel
about
like-
moons, Chris.
Can we go back
it was
to
about
the
This is gonna
moons.
disappear pretty fast too.
It was
Alright,
about
Randy,
moons.
I'm gonna go
I'm just
Randy.
trying to remind you. It was about moons.
Supposedly. I don't know, I just remember saxophones.
Gary
I don't think
Randy!
So, but it probably is.
So that second one sounded like a little bit of a New Orleans
I'm
walking
a
around
song
song.
about
I'll take the
moons.
4, 3.
They're
Randy.
big moons.
I'm taking
Randy across the board. All right. This is
I'm
just
not happy about
Randy's
it.
just gonna win by 1 if this trend continues.
probably. It's going to be her fault. All right.
What
next,
have I done? I need to even out the odds.
next round, we're getting to the end. Wait, how are we getting to the end? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7.
Did you only have 6?
Oh, okay, I can't count. All right.
There's only 6
Next round is.
Dreams.
No, we're in this one.
Oh,
So
no,
next
no.
round
Oh, there
is
is 7.
the night. Yeah,
Sanjaya?
the night, midnight, blah blah blah,
Sucralose.
nighttime.
The witching hour.
Time. Dark times.
See, this is what it looks like when Ziggy is participating.
Here's Gary with Night Talk
Night talk.
from his first Not Good album, where he started using just synthesizers and got rid of like the real bassist and
There's your
drummer.
problem. You gotta
That's how you save money.
have relationships
Like-
with people, though. Like, you
Yeah,
have to
but
be
that's
able
how
to
you
like
save money.
argue it out, and
I don't know. I like that Smashing Pumpkins when
yeah.
Because
Billy did that.
Because, like, the
That was
only
alright.
really good song in this is
the only time I really
Slow
liked
Car to China, but that's neither here nor there. So nighttime. Midnight and or nighttime.
Well, for completely computer-generated music, I like it so far.
it. I don't like that picture very much.
No, he had some really bad album covers.
Yeah. This song is... I don't know.
Well, because this album sucks. Except for Slow Car to China. That's a
The
legitimately
only lyric
awesome
I can
song.
make out is "Boys like me aren't supposed to cry, but just look at you." It's very repetitive.
Let's see what the
And
next fart sound
slow.
effect is. This is diarrhea. No, just sounds like a...
That
Balloon.
sounds
I
like
think
a
your
clock.
phone's just lacking the bass that happens in real life.
I discovered this week that one of the stalls in Our Lady's
Can't
room
really
has some
reproduce that
potpourri in it.
through a cell phone screen.
Uh-huh.
No.
I wondered where you were going with
I'm
that.
giving this a down
Apparently, we
vote.
have a designated pooping stall that I was unaware of.
These, yeah.
Of which I was unaware.
You
You
just,
gotta put
So
in the right
clearly,
stall.
nobody's really into this song.
you're a
I
person
think
that
I-
We've
votes.
completely
No,
moved on.
I think
Also,
we all got
I'm
the
screaming
point.
Again.
I don't like
Next.
it.
I don't like that at all, really.
That was not pleasant.
Is this 12 songs again?
Yep.
Well, we're playing
Does he
piano,
only know
which I
one
like.
style of songwriting
Yep.
unless he just writes a soundtrack
Yep.
that's really complicated?
Here's-
He has no in
Here's
between.
Uncle Bob's Midnight Blues.
Wow, he's all the way in the right channel. It's like he's diddling me.
I'm so far away.
If this is under 3 minutes, he gets it. Yep, it's 2 minutes. I'm going Randy on this one. It's like, what's his obsession
No,
with
he's all staccato all
ragtime?
the time.
There's only so much you can do with ragtime. And it's not even really
And yet he has a
ironic
whole goddamn career.
He never.
Who was his
He
daddy?
just couldn't use his right
Mr.
leg.
Newman.
Maybe he was just ashamed.
Paul Newman?
There's rarely any... Okay, so I like some of the stuff he does for... Oh, I hit my breaking point.
You're getting too mad. Calm down. Wait,
Okay,
where's the...
Like,
Where's this?
some of the
Where's the
stuff...
vapor rub? He needs baby stack. Vape.
Like, some of the...
Breathe deeply. Calm down.
Like, some of the things he does for cartoon movies are like
Mid
cute,
fixes a lot of
are
things.
cute and heartfelt and but in general it's like there's no
But
emotional
not
depth
literally in the last
whatsoever.
20, 25
Yeah.
years. Everything is kind of...
Wouldn't it be so mad if I just did this right now?
You can, because here's what happened.
All right, everyone vote. That was the
There's two of
the
them. So,
nighttime
you know, if you wanna
midnight theme. Was everyone Randy on that?
If you want to just give that to somebody who needs some registration, you just take it.
Really? That'll work?
I'm
No,
Gary.
probably not, but-
I'm going
If they look
Gary
into it,
all the
if
If
way.
just, yeah, I mean, like, if
I
they
could
just
stand
glanced
that
at
song.
I don't know anybody that...
You're Gary on that one.
Yep, I'm
Let's
Gary.
pretend the microphone.
Whoa,
never
somebody
heard me.
deviated. All right,
I didn't mean to cheat the system or
I can't.
anything.
it was the midnight nighttime.
I did not
Round.
like that song.
Oh.
So you really hated the 2-minute Gary Neumans?
I love that it's 2 minutes, and
Yeah.
yet it felt like
Yeah, it was
20.
pretty f***ing awful.
It was just the...
What was the one? The
At
one
least all
before
the
was the boys
see
that
the
He
thing
Aren't
is
Supposed to
you're
Cry
going up
song?
you're like doing what's the difference?
Wait, did you say
Mediocrity?
Gary or Randy?
I said Gary.
All right, you two vote. There's no explanations. It's just your gut reaction. Go.
I don't... Man, it
Flip
was
a coin.
So even. Well, I'll have to literally flip a coin then.
I can give you a half. You get one. There you go.
No,
That's.
you changing the rules
No.
now?
No.
I can give you one half. Flip
Is
a
Gary
coin.
heads?
Why isn't there a third option?
Gary's
Well,
heads.
heads always wins. So.
Gary's heads. It's heads.
Heads always wins.
I like Gary
Is that Gary?
by barely
Yes.
All right.
because you
What do you
stopped
think?
it and we went on to
What's
the
your
next one.
It was the nighttime theme. What annoyed you less on that one?
I think I was less annoyed by Gary.
I'm the only one who voted Randy on that one.
Oh,
and
my.
only because it was short.
Sorry, Gary Newman. Whatever. The next round is last round. All right.
Whoa.
We're there.
Oh, cards on the table now.
Damn it, we're an hour and 6 minutes in.
Oh, I'm coming in. All right.
So now
All
we're
right,
dreaming.
dreams. We're in dreams. Round 7.
Oh,
He's
Dreams.
so intense.
no, I said in.
Dreams. Here's again from Telecon.
All right, we're dreaming.
I dream of wires. Whatever the f that means.
Connected
okay.
to electric sheep.
Are our friends electric?
Hey, at least we're not doing Rush.
Okay, the intro to this says
I like this
hate
pen
it.
when it works. This is like the most finicky pen. Like it's really good when it works, but it only works every.
Try my quill.
They require lubrication. If you don't use them often,
Yeah, it's just like
they dry up.
it comes with its own little
Lick it.
dip.
Oh, is that the one with the stylus on the end of
We
it?
should start doing stuff with quill pens.
Yeah, it's gonna steal us.
Like whale ink or squid ink. Squid ink.
Is this an instrumental? Did you put an instrumental up against the final round?
Well, if it is, it's fair because Randy.
Yeah, but that was a good instrumental.
Randy had an instrumental, so it would only be fair, but I don't think it is. He'll sing at
It's
some
hurting
point.
my brain.
I just keep forgetting it's on.
Does that ever start doing anything? Why did you pick this song?
I'm the final Cylon?
Oh, it's going to be your favorite song. It's about Cylons.
You like Battlestar Galactica?
Love Battlestar Galactica.
How come we haven't talked about that before?
I don't know. PSG is the shit.
Like the new one?
Toy Story.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah,
song's
it's
from
not
Toy
new anymore. But
Story.
yeah. Every episode.
It's a story.
one of my
What
favorites.
was the guy's name? He was always saying Indeed.
Life for
Indeed
little
guy.
boy. Blah, 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 yada, yada, toy.
You're interrupting the one shitty song with another shitty song? That's just mean,
It'll be a
man.
mashup. You should
It,
make
it
just
tickles
mad.
him. It tickles him to no
He's
end.
just mad. That's his revenge
He
for
is
us
tickled to
going
no
off
end.
topic.
Because Will Sasso does the best Randy Newman.
We went off topic and we got scolded. That's what that
Oh,
is.
this is boring as shit. Sorry.
This song is kind of
Gary.
awful.
Ugh.
Depends on how bad the next one is.
Oh my
I think
God.
I
Is
don't
Randy
know who
Newman
won
gonna
this
win
because
this
it's like either it's like
Who makes these songs?
How does Randy Newman win against the guy that wrote that Cars
this
song?
GRGG.
Cars should have like 10 votes.
Yeah.
Gary's won. I don't. They're Well, it's picking up. Whatever.
I don't know. We're 3 minutes in. Or is it picking
I'll
up?
count them and I'll try to pretend like it's dramatic, even though Gary Newman
Was
has
this
won.
towards the end of the
Because Randy
album?
Newman's a piece of shit.
I don't know. There's been twice that Randy was the holdout.
I'm never doing a themed episode again.
Yes, he will.
It's a lie and you know it.
It's like me every Sunday morning. I am never going to drink that much again.
I just like scribbling. That's all I like anymore is just scribbling.
You should do a whole art
this
show
picks
of
up the
scribbles.
tempo.
Yes, watch me scribble.
Entire pages. No, you could be the
Like a
Pollock
whole
of just
wall
of like pen. Just a ballpoint
Just
pen.
people sitting there watching me scribble in an entire wall with just this. I could probably do it in like 3 hours.
You could paint somebody's like house with one of
Oh
those
my God.
pens.
We're gonna
Picked
pretend
up
like
it was gonna go
we're gonna
somewhere.
pretend like the whole thing happened.
Okay.
Here's
Randy
All right,
was
Jason, you
sailed
gotta get in
away.
here so you can catch the last song.
oh from the album Sail Away. Here's last night.
Last night I had a dream that I wrote songs
I like
for a
this
Disney
dramatic
Pixar
piano.
movie.
Is this not a minor key all of a sudden? From this is a minor
Yeah,
key
it's
from
a
Randy
slight
Newman.
variation.
I wrote a song for
God damn
Disney property.
Son of a bitch. This is already a better song than the other one.
Yeah.
Well, how long is it? 3 minutes.
Jay,
I was looking at the bagels. You said there was a cinnamon one. I ain't
I'm pretty sure there's a cinnamon one.
Nope.
Oh my God! I can't believe I voted Randy Newman 3 times on this. So far, I am Gary, Randy, Gary, Gary, Randy, Randy. Jason is X. Randy, Gary, Gary, Randy, Gary.
All right.
Chris is Gary,
Randy's
Randy,
back to
Gary,
Randy here on this
Randy,
song all of a
Randy,
sudden.
Gary. Nathan is Gary, Randy, Gary, Gary, Randy, Gary.
That doesn't tell me anything.
No.
You need
Yeah.
to take better
Gary wins,
people
really.
to go head to. That's what you're.
I gotta
really
go.
doing.
I gotta go. Randy again. This is shorter and less annoying.
This could actually be the deciding
This has
factor.
lyrics
This
that I can
flashy
understand.
I don't want Randy
Structure
Newman to
I can
win.
follow.
shit. Nobody does.
No, I really don't want to vote for
Sorry,
Randy
Gary
on
Newman.
that.
I love you, and I hate Randy Newman, but I gotta go.
That Cars song
I gotta go
trumps
Randy on this one.
everything that Randy Newman's
Yeah, see,
ever
that's the
written.
problem. Is that in reality, the Cars
The
song
one
would have
song.
the weight of
God
10
damn
votes.
this pen.
But if it's literally
Yeah,
just
Randy,
head-to-head these
you
songs,
Randy on this.
I'm Randy. I have to go
it's
Randy.
totally Randy on this.
Everyone's Randy. Everyone, are you Randy on this?
I'm Randy.
You didn't even listen to it. You get
I
next.
did.
He's already heard it.
You weren't paying attention. You don't
Whatever.
ever pay attention.
We're gonna tally it up. I think Randy Newman won this.
Son of a bitch.
Barely.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to count things.
Give me
Sometime-
that. Give it to the accountant.
Sometimes the big fat
Let me try,
fuck
and then
wins.
I'll let you do it.
I'm not going to believe your results. I'm going to have to audit
I'll
that.
put a little tally.
Yep. By one. He won by one.
It's my fault.
I mean, if I'm correct.
It's my fault.
I don't know.
It's everyone's fault.
Well, I got an X because I peed, but I already knew whatever
Right,
went
what
up
were you going to
against
vote
cars.
for that time?
Whatever went up against cars.
Yeah,
doesn't
you were going to
matter.
go Gary, right?
You would have gone Gary. So this would have been a tie completely. A complete tie, I think. No, I think
Gary Newman won. Randy won.
Randy won by one, but it would have been a tie if
I can't count.
Jason got
Well, no, he deserved that
he would've-
X.
no.
Sorry, you don't.
He did not deserve
You
the
don't
X.
deserve the X.
He didn't even listen to the Randy Newman song.
It was just a soundtrack piece. The Cars
Didn't
song
matter.
one.
Well, whatever. I'm
that song
using
from
my
Ferdy Gully,
powers
right?
here. All right, everyone, give your final vote. I give it a 2. 1 for each of these pieces.
I give it an orange.
Wait, the whole thing we're rating?
Just rating the whole podcast. What do we give ourselves? I give that episode a 2.
Orange.
Out of 3.
I give it an orange out of 5.
All right, let her tally them up. I can't
Why not?
count things. Should probably
It
see
is
what
a
you-
tie.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Told you.
It's totally a tie.
All right, so Randy Newman wins
Instrumental.
by a slight default.
Not really.
I mean, Gary. Whatever.
Gary. No, Randy.
If we're okay, if
Wait,
we're,
who
if
won?
we're
I thought you said it was a tie, but he would have voted for Gary
it's
Newman's
a
Cars.
no, it's a tie with that vote.
Yeah.
Without that vote, Randy wins by 1.
See, that's
Which
what I
is
said.
dumb.
And I am the gatekeeper of the podcast.
Okay.
He broke the rules,
Right.
so Randy Newman wins.
So they're your rules, I guess.
You're not allowed to pee.
now there are rules.
Ever.
Job.
Randy.
However, I think we should have one more vote before we finalize this bitch.
Who deserves to win?
Yeah. Overall, you've had 7
Nope,
songs from
that's
each of
not
these.
how it works.
What do you feel is right?
I feel like
Clearly, I came into this with a bias because I want Randy Newman to die.
Right.
I love Gary Newman.
Yes,
Anyway,
yeah.
everyone sign off. It doesn't matter.
Everybody agrees with you. The gut feeling, if that's the thing that pushes it, is Gary wins.
Anyway, everyone, tune in for the next episode. Please like and subscribe.
We're not gonna fight over this. And we're signing.